Autism Quality of Life podcast, episode 3.
Burden can't just be on us. We have to look out and say, well, what can we do? They qualify for funds, they qualify for assistance, they qualify to take classes. Use the supports that are available so that we can offer a quality of life, not just in our lifetime, but in their lifetime.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Autism Quality of Life podcast. Today I have with me Susan Kolb, and Susan and Gary Kolb are Arthur's parents. So they celebrate Arthur, who has an autism diagnosis, and they set no limits on who he can become. They developed Life with Joy for Arthur and his friends so he can continue to learn and grow after age 21 in a safe and joyful environment. So it's my great pleasure to chat with Susan today and to share Life with Joy with all of you.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so can you tell us a little about Life with Joy? How did you get the idea for it?
Well, when Arthur became 21, we looked around here in northern New Jersey in Sussex County, and we could not find any programs that would make Arthur happy. Up here in Sussex County, there are group homes, there's assisted living, there's a division of the art, as there is in every county, and up here the jobs they offer are basically factory assembly kind of that kind of jobs. And Arthur's hyper, he's excitable, he's friendly, he wants to be outside, and he would have lasted about a week. So we decided to create a program. We looked at Arthur's abilities and his likes, and we noticed he liked to be outside. He needed a lot of physical activities. He loves animals. He loves to be with people. And so what career answers that question? We came up with farming. So Life with Joy is a farm-based model. The other thing that we know about young adults with autism is a developmental delay. Developmental delay means when they're 21, they're ready to learn, and guess what? There's no more school. So we offer classes to expand his mind, to help him concentrate, to give him skills that he would be proud of. We offer drum circle, we offer yoga, we offer boxing, we offer mixed media, we offer weightlifting and bodybuilding, and we also offer agriculture and landscaping.
Wow.
Yeah, we're real excited. All of these classes are in the process of being approved by the DDD. The DDD is the Department of Developmental Disabilities. Every adult is entitled to funds to help him live as independently as possible. And these funds can be used by parents any way they want. And when we're approved, hopefully 2 weeks away, parents will be able to enroll kids in our classes, and the DDD will pay for it. Right now we're using private pay, $15 a class, which is pretty good. And basically that's the structure that we started with. The other thing that we found we needed a nonprofit. We started a 501c3. We got a lawyer, we got incorporated, we have a board of directors, we have bylaws. It is a real legal document, a real legal entity that will last after we're gone. And Life with Joy, the charity, bought a house in Sussex County, on a 5,000 square foot house on 4 acres. And that is the foundation of how we got started.
Wow, that sounds like a tremendous undertaking. Did you have experience doing anything like this?
There are a couple of models for what we're doing. We can't rely on the government. We can't rely on, we know our own children. We want to provide futures for our kids. So I think it's terrific. There are some other agencies like this. My mentor is Katie's House, Evelyn Dutsiak, here in Sussex County. But I like to think there's not enough of us.
Definitely not. No, but it's good that some other have come before you and have helped you. What other community members and who else is involved in this undertaking?
We have our teachers, and each teacher is expert in their field. The whole idea of the classes is that it's for people with abilities and without abilities. A parent can take their class with their child, their young adult. Anyone who wants to learn yoga can come and join us with Sarah as a teacher. It's integrated into the community. We believe that people with abilities should be out in the communities as much as possible, not isolated. We don't do events only for people with disabilities. Everything is always open to everyone, and I think it gives a better experience. It's just so important to us.
So you mentioned that there's a residential component to what you're doing and that you purchased some land. Can you tell us more about that?
Especially in the state of New Jersey, we believe, and the DDD believes, that young adults should have the opportunity to live on their own. Many young adults need a little bit of assistance. Many young adults need a lot of assistance. When a young adult gets to be 21, they take a test. It's called the NJCAT, and that test determines how independently they can live and what kind of supports they need. For instance, if they need someone to drive them, if they need an aide, a one-on-one called SP, direct support professional, if they need someone to help them cross the street, someone to help them shop, someone to oversee them, whatever they need to live independently. Based on the determination of that NJCAT, plan comes together. With those supports, they can begin to live independently. Our house has room for residence for 3 young adults. We have 2 here at the moment. They're supported by their SIS funds. There are other supports like the CCW, Community Care Waiver, that gives them money to live independently for the rest of their lives. So one of my messages in talking to you is that parents should really look at what's out there. If you don't know what's out there, call us, email us, lifewithjoyinc@gmail.com, and find out, get access to those supports. And with that, they can live in a house here in Sussex County. They can live in other houses. They want models where young adults are living independently and are spending 80% of their day off the grounds of the facility and out in the community, working, taking classes, volunteering, and doing things that make them satisfied, not isolated.
Yeah, that's a really important message to share, and I appreciate you doing that. So what other advice would you give to other families who might be considering developing a similar service in their state?
Oh my God, they have to know how to fill out 1 million pieces of paper over and over again. It's the most astonishing thing. But there are funds out there. There is a system in place to support them. And the biggest thing a parent has to do is look at it long term. No matter who we are as parents, if we're rich, if we're poor, if we're middle class, the burden can't just be on us. We have to look and say, well, what can we do? They qualify for funds, they qualify for assistance, they qualify to take classes. Use the supports that are available so that we can offer a quality of life, not just in our lifetime, but in their lifetime.
What are some of the things that you're really looking forward to in 2017?
You know, when you're a parent of a child with a disability, and we have young adults here with autism and other disabilities. Sometimes your goals are big and sometimes your goals are incredibly small. Independent living means a young man shaves by himself. We spent a year with a razor. Shaving took 3 hours, and now finally we're using an electric razor, shaving every single day. That huge a point where they don't even recognize themselves in the mirror, to taking responsibility, to getting dressed, to grooming themselves, to shaving by themselves. All these things are huge milestones that probably pass other parents without even noticing. We serve almost 40 adults at different hours during the day. So many goals are small like that. Mikey taking an inventory in the greenhouse. Jeremy his goal is to be a videographer, so he films our dance class, and my personal goal is he holds the camera straight. Goals are small, and some of the goals are huge. A huge goal is we have this one house with 3 residents and a caregiver, and our goal is to have 2 houses, so to look for and to buy a second house where we can have 4 more residents. The third component of Life with Joy model would be a working farm.
Wow.
That means young adults could go there every day, could work on that farm, grow food, harvest that food, learn from their cooking classes, bake pies, and sell them in the 4th component, which would be our retail store. And work for Life with Joy. Right now, our classes are pre-vocational, so we can learn agriculture, we can learn landscaping, we can learn cooking. But when we're vocational, they can be chefs and cook in at our parties and our intimate dinners, and also work in our retail store and serve. And so that every single person comes here can have an aspiration to really achieve something, no matter what their ability is.
That is so exciting. Love the vision. And of course, it'll take a little time, but you're starting from this pre-vocational stage and moving into really exciting area. So looking to have a farm and a retail place down the road in phase 4. So lots of exciting things to come for Life with Joy.
Oh, we hope so. We hope so. And we're keeping records of every step along the way, because whether we call it franchise or duplicating it or passing it from state to state, I think it's a system, I think it's a plan that answers a lot of questions. How can we put them out in the community? How can they have jobs? And how can we still protect them? That is the most important thing. And so creating jobs is a very, very important thing, an important service that we want to offer.
Good. Yes, it's definitely needed. So why do you think that you and your husband have been successful so far with this endeavor? What really drives you?
I don't know. I really think God is helping us. What other reason? This particular house was in foreclosure. It was abandoned for 5 years. We looked about 2 years for the Life with Joy house. I gave up several times. My husband found this property online. So how does that happen? I have no idea. It's God helping us. There's a tremendous need. It's a tremendous need. Even Autism Speak has changed their vision. I don't know what causes autism. We don't seem to know. If we know, we can't find out. So let's look at the reality of what we have and spend some dollars giving quality of life to so many young people that are reaching 21, becoming adults.
So you showed me a sign earlier also. Is that something that might tie in now to what we were talking about?
Can you read it?
Yes. Okay. So it says, who will love, protect, and care for autistic adults when their parents are gone? So Life with Joy will. And so I think that really ties into your purpose of why you're doing what you're doing. So if you want to talk a little more about that.
As parents of young adults with disabilities, we do so much more. And by 21, what we're doing becomes natural. We don't even think about it. We clean more, we teach more, we worry more, and we give natural supports more. So the question becomes, what's going to happen when we're not here? And when a child ages out of the educational system, it really hits you. It really hit me. What are they going to do with their day? Do we want them depressed? Do we want them sitting in front of the TV all day? That kind of a future is frightening. So becoming 21 is a kind of awakening, both for your young adult. You'll look at your son and he's got a beard, he's got a shave. Oh my God, he's growing up. His body is the body of a 21-year-old. He likes girls, he watches cartoons, but he's still a man. What are we going to do to give them a safe future? What we're trying to create is a succession plan, is guardianship and what that entails, perhaps setting up a special needs trust, making a will, taking care of your money in a way that the young adult can get the benefits from the Department of Developmental Disabilities that they need. It's a lot of decisions, and perhaps decisions that we would put off if we didn't have to face a child with a disability. So succession is very important. Answering this question, what will happen to them when we're gone, is essential, much more essential, I think, when you have a special needs adult.
Definitely. Yeah, I really like the term that you're using here, succession. And I'm curious if you could describe a little bit of some of the thoughts that went through your mind, went through your husband's mind when you were thinking about Arthur's future and what that might look like for him, and kind of how that led into developing Life with Joy.
Yes. One of the things about autism, it's a social disability. That means as friendly, as charming as your young adult is, it's hard for them to make friends. It's hard for them to make connections. So in thinking about the succession plan, you have the people that you're bringing in, the teachers, the aides, the one-on-ones, become his community, his family. The biggest thing that came in our minds is how can we continue the concept of family? What's the opposite of the concept of family? A group home where people, aides who don't care about their charges. The opposite of a group home is family. So number one, how could we recreate the concept of family? And that idea of every day being precious, every minute being precious, and just having family, and how when I lost both my parents in the last 2 years, and when you look around, we had a small family to start with. First, you look at natural supports. Natural supports mean mom and dad and sister and brother, and natural support. And when we had a small family, and now I have almost nobody. So who is Arthur going to have if it's not a natural support? You have to create families. And that is the biggest thing that drives us. He loves people. He never wants to be alone. At the same time, he can't get on a bus by himself. He can't cross the street by himself. He can't go shopping by himself. And he's actually probably can't cook a meal by himself, can't turn on the stove by himself. I could go on and on and on. And when you look at that and you say, well, what's going to happen when I'm not there to the stove or the light or get him out of bed? That's the driving force in creating Life with Joy.
Yeah, and you're certainly not the only one to have those thoughts. I think this is running through countless parents' minds across the country and around the world who are in similar situations with their children aging.
Absolutely. And when you look at our brochures, you look online, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we post every single day. And the purpose of posting is to show that we can give a really exciting future to someone with disabilities. And not just to someone with disabilities, but to their brothers, sisters, parents, and family too. It is, we as caregivers, as parents, need respite. And so lots of parents come to our yoga class for the respite that they can't get because they can't leave their kid alone. So it's really part of family and community.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you kind of segued into it. Curious how our audience can learn more about Life with Joy. So you mentioned that you are on social media. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. On Facebook, we post as Arthur Kolb, so you can find us there. We have a club called the Awesome Club. We go somewhere every single month. We go to Six Flags Great Adventure. We go to Fright Fest. We go to Mountain Creek because I'm up here in Sussex County. We like to keep busy, and we have 5 parties a year. We have 2 fundraisers, but they're wonderful parties, one in October, one in April. We have a Valentine's Day party, we have a barbecue, and we have a Christmas cookie party. So we try to keep everybody busy, and you're all welcome and invited. And if you follow us, Life with Joy is a page on Arthur Kolb. Definitely you can see what we're doing. We're also on, we have a website, www.lifewithjoyinc.com, and we're at Twitter at lifewithjoyinc. As our dreams gets bigger and as we are seeing results with our programs, we just want to do more and more. So January, it's donation month. There is a donate page on the Life with Joy Inc. website. We're represented by GuideStar. We're a bronze-rated GuideStar charity. If you don't know what GuideStar is, they rate all charities. All charities that you donate to should be registered. You should check on the GuideStar website. And of course, any donations are tax deductible.
Okay, that's great. Oh, we'd love to help. Okay, Susan, is there any parting piece of guidance or any last words to leave with our community today?
Well, the message to parents and the message to young adults is you can achieve. Absolutely, you can achieve. Have dreams, plan. Get in touch with us if you feel down. Get in touch with us if you feel up. And let's all keep experiencing joy.
Thank you so much, Susan. Hi there. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you've gotten a lot of value from today's show. It would be great if you could share this episode with family and friends and also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. To learn more about today's guest, you can visit our website at www.autismqualityoflife.com. Also on our website, you can find links to our social media pages and our YouTube channel. Sign up for the Autism Quality of Life newsletter to receive exclusive content and bonus interviews. Thanks again for joining us on our mission to improve quality of life for teens and adults with autism. We'll catch you next time.